Welcome back to Snacks and Facts, snack-sized history, and this thing that I'm gonna eat!
That looks more like an entire meal.
A meal can be a snack if you take tiny, tiny bites. Today in history we have the Kon-Tiki versus the Hōkūleʻa and a bunch of dead guys. Today's snack is a sweet potato bake. I'm making this because coconuts and sweet potatoes were the only things that Thor Heyerdahl had on his Kon-Tiki Expedition.
Sounds delicious.
It is. And super easy to make. What the f did you say to me? I find that making food relaxes me. On this day in 1947, Thor Heyerdahl, and his raft the Kon-Tiki arrived in the Tuamotu Islands after drifting along the Pacific Ocean current from South America to prove how ancient civilizations could have come to populate the Pacific Ocean. The Kon-Tiki experiment was very popular amongst the general public, but since the 1950s, critics such as Cherry and Leppard, referenced below, say the experiment has had little impact on archaeological understanding of the colonization of the Pacific. In reading Thor Heyerdahl's book of his Kon-Tiki expedition, I do not doubt the passion Heyerdahl had for Polynesia, but his colonialist mindset of the time now reveals holes in the credibility of his work. Heyerdahl believed that Polynesian people drifted from Peru, where they mingled with Northwest Indians and brought a new civilization to the island kingdom. I'm not arguing how the peoples of the Pacific Ocean came to be, but the idea that Heyerdahl did not believe that these people had the prowess to navigate is now disputed. Heyerdahl's team constructed the expedition raft based on sketches by Spanish conquistadors, but these sketches would have been drawn hundreds of years after the first records of Polynesian activity. The raft itself was also stocked with modern items such as an amateur radio station and survival equipment.
Yeah, well, we don't want anyone to die.
Don't we?
What?
What? But Heyerdahl protests their use throughout his book and claims they do not affect the journey. Heyerdahl did eventually reach Polynesia, but his lack of belief in the intelligence and ability of the Polynesian people and his work's popularity only hurt the general worldview of Pacific navigation. The Hōkūleʻa, created by the Polynesian Voyaging Society, was a full-scale replica of a Polynesian double-hulled voyaging canoe. The Hōkūleʻa was also not entirely authentic in its materials as it circumnavigated the globe, but used traditional navigation techniques known as wayfinding, which actually helped dispel the myth of a group of helpless people drifting on the high seas and helped revive Polynesian culture after its colonization. Happy birthday to Louis Leakey, an archaeologist who was born on this day in 1903 and died in 1972. Leakey is a good example of a man who champions women despite his personal imperfections. He aided leading primatologists such as Jane Goodall, where they studied hominids, gorillas, orangutans, and chimpanzees, in their natural environments. Colin Renfrew, in his book Archaeology, credits Leakey and his wife Mary for having pushed back the known dates of our immediate ancestors by several million years, which people did not believe in the 1930s, until, with patience, Mary found the first of many hominin early human finds in the Olduvai Gorge in Africa. Isn't that cool? Teamwork! Dead things. Speaking of dead things, I don't know how many of you picked up on this, but there are a couple of James II's in history. And I talked about the death of James II, neglected to mention he was King of Scots, and then I drank an English beer in his name.
Shame. Aren't you Scottish?
I'm a UK citizen, yeah, my dad is Scottish. Not to worry, I'll put things right. Today, in 1485, his son, 25 years after his dad's death by cannon, Alexander Stuart, Duke of Albany, was killed in a duel by being splintered with a lance. So how was your day? Thanks so much to everyone who came back each day for our launch of Snacks and Facts. Woo! Woo! There's only two of us here. I really appreciated your thoughts and enthusiasm about my new little obsession. So starting tomorrow, you can expect a video every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Please feel free to check out the community page on my channel to see the questions I've asked you about what you liked and to give feedback about the show. See you tomorrow.
Shame.